So let me go across on this special Friday edition of the Urban Debate to my guests. So joining me, Jasmine Sandwalia of the BJP. I'm also being joined by Sujata Paul, spokesperson of the Congress Party. For the second day in a row, I'm very grateful to have both Kishore Subramaniam, financial expert, and Tehseen Poonawalla, political analyst, are joining me as well. And I'm also being joined by Suhasini Haidar, who's the diplomatic affairs editor of The Hindu. Let me flip the script a bit, and instead of going to my political guests as one usually does, let me start off with you, Suhasini. What do you make of this entire charade of USAID allegations that have been coming in from the United States and the blowback that's happened in India? Is it conceivable that for years this shadowy organization was sending millions of dollars to both governments and under both presidency in the United States, yet we still don't know? Till DOGE had to come in and step in, we did not know how much money was actually coming in, for what purpose they were coming in, and whether they were actually trying to destabilize the regime or not.
Well, when a U.S. president and his chosen nominee for this newly set up department make allegations, they have to be taken seriously by everyone. Even though I have to say that in this case, the allegations that are made aren't really necessarily backed up by information put out publicly. So there's no way for us to verify what they're saying. And there have been cases where, for example, Mr. Elon Musk, who's the head of the Department of Government Efficiency in the U.S., has said that, the USAID was putting $8 billion into a project. It turned out to be just $8 million. He's been asked about mistakes like this and said, yes, I will make mistakes. I won't bat 1,000 every time. So we have to wait and see. And I think it's fitting that the government says it is looking into the allegations of what USAID may or may not have funded in India. You're quite right. Since 2001, USAID has put in close to $3 billion, about $2.9 billion dollars into India. About a fourth of that has actually just come in since 2020, particularly due to COVID. Since 2010 or 2011, I think we were able to count at least 10, 12 different MOUs with ministries in India. This is apart from all the NGOs. But the Ministry of Health has been in touch, has signed agreements with USAID, the Ministry of Child and Social Welfare, the ministries of, the Department of Science and Technology, the Indian National Security Advisor and the US NSA actually held a meeting of the Initiative of Critical and Emerging Technologies, ICET, last year, and they had a USAID signing at that meeting. They also had a USAID representative there. So you can see the wide range of areas where the USAID, as the legitimate U.S. government agency, the Agency for International Development, has been involved in government-to-government agreements over the last, few years, but also over the last few decades. So I don't think it's surprising that they are involved. If the government is reviewing those contracts, then they must show that there is something wrong with those. The specific allegation, obviously, of this 21 million grant meant for quote-unquote voter turnout does seem like it needs more investigation. You pointed to a report that said maybe it went to Bangladesh and said, I'm not sure about that. As I said, there's very little that has come out of the DOGE department in the US apart from the headline.